Hi everyone, this is Aaron. Today is February 27th, 2018. I'm recording from my car and you're listening to the Sound Words podcast. I apologize if this recording seems a little bit clumsy. I did take a look at the desktop version or the web version, and I like what I've seen so far. Again, I think it's just going to take some getting used to. Today, I want to point you to an article that I just published on my blog. The article is called Adoption Education, and it's about how Jess and I have been watching videos for our continuing education that we need to take for adoption. It's required by our agency that we read some books or watch some videos in order to keep us informed about adoption. And there's a lot to learn. Every time we sit down and we watch a video or we read a book, it's new and it's fresh. And it's not because the information is repeated, but I think because there's so many different aspects, and every single adopted child is going to be different. They're going to have different backgrounds. There's going to be different scenarios. Me and Jess are different than other adoptive parents. And so there's really a lot to learn and hopefully apply in the future. One aspect that has stood out to me during this round of continuing education is that there's so much to learn about the adopted child's family, and family history plays a big role in the identity and formation of a person. And for an adopted child, that gets a little confused because while you have your adopted family, you might be missing a whole history piece on your birth parents and your birth family. You might have brothers and sisters, and there's a lot to process. That's something I've learned, is that in the journey that my adopted child will be taking, Jess and I will be a part of that journey because we will be learning about our child's parents and family as well. And it's something that we're going to have to process through together. I think that it will be difficult for Jess and me to, have other parents in the picture, or even just to have another family to work with. But that's what we're opening ourselves to, and that's the glory of adoption, and that's the beauty of the process, is that there might be hurt, there might be feelings, there might be suppressed and hidden emotions. But ultimately, what we all want and what we long for is family. And that's what we're going to find out and what we're going to provide for our children. And it's what God is going to provide for us. Whenever I learn about adoption, it reminds me about myself. I learn about myself. And during this round of continuing education, I realized that there's actually a lot about my own family, about my own parents, about my own family history that I don't know. And I think it's something that I need to wrestle with on my own. I'm probably going to be growing just as my children are growing, because it will probably bring up questions about my own family and my own family history and background. But through it all, I am always reminded of ultimate reality. And that is that while I am thankful for my earthly parents, God is my heavenly Father, and He has adopted me into His family. And He knows everything about me. And while I'm still trying to learn about my heavenly Father and His kingdom, I can rest assured that He loves me, and nothing will separate me from Him or His love. Thanks for listening to the Sound Words podcast. I will put a link to my blog post in the show notes. But if you just want to visit, it's musicgoon.com. See you tomorrow.